And usually some games and stuff too. I should have brought my fishing rod and then I could sit down and fish.
I like how when you clock on the trees, stuff comes out of the top.
Yeah, sometimes nuts come out.
Is that what you're checking for?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Have you ever played Minecraft?
No, but I've watched people play it. See, I got an acorn.
How do you feel about it?
I understand that people use it to do some really elaborate stuff and that you can do things like build computers and build engines, and I think that's kind of cool. Wow.
But could you see yourself playing it?
I don't think so, but that's kind of what I thought about this game, where it's so immersive that I could see myself easily getting sucked into it. I avoid a lot of games. I also, I love reading, but I haven't picked up a book I have unread books. I have really good unread books on my shelf, and I just think of it as something I don't have the time for right now in my life, so I don't do it.
Yep.
Which is really a shame.
I wonder if it's a case of we should make time, or we actually don't have the seconds in the day.
I think it is a case of we should make time. I'm definitely guilty of, I can just shake them without knocking on them. I'm definitely guilty of, I'll come home from work and just sit on the couch reading BuzzFeed articles for an hour, when I could read a couple chapters of a book and enjoy it more and feel more energized and happier about the way I spent my time, and so I choose not to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
I'm also guilty of that, but in terms of video games and not books, I have so many games to review, and I end up, as soon as I come home, especially after a long day at lab, I sort of just sit down and I don't even watch YouTube. I just sort of flip through Twitter or something. I do not nonsense stuff, but
Yeah, stuff that you get to the end of it and you feel like you haven't done anything.
Yeah. I do stuff that I feel like it's one thing to be on Twitter and to be active and connect and network with people and tweet back and forth with them. And
But when you're just scrolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's mindless.
Mindless and not rewarding.
Yeah.
Almost fatiguing, actually. You do it to relax, and at the end you don't feel relaxed, you just kind of feel a little brain dead.
You feel worse for the wear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you feel a little guilty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that feeling.
To be fair, sometimes I can do that with reading, but it usually involves me reading, some 8 consecutive hours on a Saturday or something. The other thing is that I have very little self-control, especially with a really good book. I have a lot of trouble putting it down.
Oh, I know that feeling. You were there with me throughout that entire feeling.
Yeah, that's how we met.
Yep, that's how we met. We met and Melissa recommended some,
A series of books?
Yeah, I asked her, what kind
Best conversation starter on a dating website I'd ever seen was, hey, can you recommend a series of books? We both like zombies. Can you recommend some zombie books? And you recommended the Newsflesh trilogy by Mira Grant. Feed, Deadline, and
Black something.
Blackout.
Blackout.
Any bought them all on Amazon Prime and read them all.
Yep.
And we had a great conversation about it.
Yep. I noticed that she was into zombies. I'm also into zombies. Not that way.
It's okay, Cupid, you never know.
That's called necrophilia.
Or straight up zombie fetish.
Or also aka zombie fetish. I was very into the zombie culture, and I noticed that Melissa was as well. So I decided to take a stab in the dark. Like, hey, it's your dad!
He sent me money. Dad, come visit.
Farmer Melissa, I have a request for you. I need fresh cauliflower.
Yes.
We have cauliflower.
Look. Ta-da!
Yeah. Is that one too small?
That one's too small.
That one's too small.
Can I pull this up?
No. We gotta water them.
Is it ready?
It's not ready.
Are you sure? I have this with the scythe.
Used to cut grass in the hay. Nope.
Okay.
Gotta water. But good conversation starter. Share common interests. Be inquisitive about common interests. Don't be like, hey, I'm looking for a manslave and you look soft. don't be like that.
It's that Ned Stark aura. Always found I was looking for their Ned Stark.
It's like, I'm looking for a strong man with a heart of gold that I can break. Whose will I can break and bend to mine. Like, no. Yeah, don't do that.
That's terrible, just that that's not
for me.
That's not what you're looking for, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at least look at the person's account and see if they're into that kind of thing, because most people they're pretty open.
Well, and I guess even
on dating sites.
I mean, if you're only looking for that, that's one thing, but come on, people still appreciate it if you take the time to get to know them a little bit.
And besides, that's just good practice to get to know them. Even before, doing the casual.
And I guess the idea is starting straight off with are you in this, small fetish community? I understand that if you're looking for something very specific and it's hard to find, that you want to get to know that up front, but you're kind of telling the person, if you haven't even asked, hey, how are you doing today? You're kind of saying, I have no interest in being friends with you. You bore the hell out of me. I'm just looking for a partner in this very specific kink community, and if you can't fulfill that for me, I don't mind. I don't want to know you as a human being.
I only like you for your
flattering.
body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, start a real conversation.
When, like...
I don't remember where Jody lives. Hey, girl, you want a cauliflower? Jody. Oh.
Literally down the street. Is it this one? Yeah, there she is. Hang on, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
The food at Joja Mart might not be the healthiest for my family, but with such low prices, you'd be crazy to shop anywhere else.
That's something we've talked about quite a bit, actually, because, so, we live in Baltimore, and I live in a part of Baltimore that, qualifies as a food desert, and I don't have a car, so I order a lot of food from Safeway. We cook a lot of our own food, my roommates and I occasionally walk down to Whole Foods and carry my groceries back by hand, but that's pretty time consuming and it's fairly expensive, and there are a lot of days that I can't find the time to cook, and that's with having no kids to provide for and a job that has pretty flexible hours. So it's pretty apparent that a lot of people in my neighborhood that are lower income with families to feed and longer work hours, it's really not feasible for them to shop at any of the places that I shop. And the other places in the area do not serve edible, nutritious food. They serve chips and soda, and they're listed online as grocery stores.
They serve chips, soda, jerky, cookies, candies, like...
You can't buy a gallon of milk there, you can't buy a dozen eggs there, you can possibly buy a loaf of... a bag of hamburger buns, but not even necessarily a loaf of bread.
No, you could buy the eggs, but they wouldn't be good.
You can't buy eggs. You can at like a Walgreens, but we don't have any drugstores in my neighborhood, and you can't buy a dozen eggs at these corner groceries.
Yeah. Like, for example, when I first got here, it's in Baltimore. I told you this story. Oh, hang on. Yay! Yellow curry! Mm-hmm. She's making yellow curry! By the way, what does that button do? Oh!
Oh, cool.
Do we get gold? Can we check? Yeah! 350 gold!
Oh, nice.
I think if you click on the gold, you get it. As is due with... Yeah. Okay, back to my story.
I haven't greeted everyone. Okay.
So when I first got here to Baltimore, one of the first things you do, as you should, is look around for local groceries. So what did I do? I went on Google Maps and typed in grocery stores. It pointed me in the direction of a Korean run small shop. What is that? Worms?
I bet it is.
Do you have a shovel?
Don't.
Oh, we should get a shovel. Can we buy a shovel? Those gotta be worms. Come on.
Because I could use them for bait.
Yeah. But, Google Maps took me to the location of this Korean-run, quote-unquote, super grocer about 2 blocks north of where I live. It's this small, almost basement-size grocer that sold, it actually did sell milk, but the milk was expiring like the next day. It sold, window washing fluid. It sold really crappy toilet paper and towels. Like, it was advertised as a super grocer, and yet it had nothing of significance. It had no fresh food. Everything was preserved, prepackaged, or fast food.
There was also, when I lived further north, there was a giant food store, and the community was pretty poor and lived paycheck to paycheck, and paycheck was every other Friday. And the grocer would only stock food on those days because they knew that's when people did the majority of their shopping. But the produce was always very low quality. It wasn't fresh. It didn't look appetizing. And usually what they stocked was value packs of meat.
Like, what do you mean by value pack of meat?
Like, eggs.
Cave carrot. Ew. But yeah, value meat.
Yeah, so again, it was maybe that's what people bought, but
well, what is value meat?
no, it's just like I don't know, it's like an 8-pound pack of turkey thighs or something where you end up spending a lot of money and getting a lot of meat involved. And that makes sense if you're feeding your family meat and you've got a big family and you're buying food once every 2 weeks, but meat's also really expensive not that efficient way to eat. So there's some initiatives locally to try to teach people how to cook and that sort of thing, which I think is really good.
I think one of the most indicative stories that you told me about Safeway was that one of the drivers who was picking up an order for you didn't know what a turnip?
A parsnip.
Parsnip.
Safeway fills our orders, and they misfilled an order because one of the people working there couldn't identify the food, which, is fine. They're pretty similar, and I can use them both in cooking. But it's not that uncommon a vegetable, so it was kind of funny to me that they didn't know.
Also, blackberries.
Oh, also mistaking blackberries or blueberries for blackberries. Blackberries for blueberries? That was pretty fun.
They're both blue.
They're both blue.
They're both blue. In that person's defense, they were both blue, but it's indicative that he doesn't recognize fruits.
I swear I just picked up mine. Didn't I just grab the
fishing rod? No, you kind of opened the thingy and then closed it. It's like, oh yeah,
Is it ever stressful for you to watch me play games?
No!
Okay.
No, not at all. I would do the same thing if I was in the middle of a thought. I'd say, oh yeah, there's my fishing rod.
You
Close.
would notice sooner, maybe.
Nah, probably not. But it's indicative because they don't. Do you have to be standing exactly parallel to it? Yeah, apparently.
This might not be a fishable body of water.
We'll see. Well, there's that dark thing there. Maybe it leads to an underwater cave where fish can come in through. But it's indicative because the guy didn't recognize fruits and vegetables. And I
That's depressing.
Speak of the bloody devil. I like how they mark it as trash. It's utterly trash. But yeah, we watched Cooked on Netflix, and the person who was hosting Cooked went into this huge spiel about what'd they go into, honey? Something about how fast food
and food corporations in general. It's almost in their best interest to remove the process of cooking as much as possible from the American household, because the more of their products that they can sell, the better their company does. And essentially, the less we cook, the more prepared food we need to buy, and also the harder it is for us to go back to cooking, because
we're so used to fast food.
We start to develop a lifestyle that doesn't allow us to cook. We become unfamiliar with cooking. I know so many people my age that are just really intimidated by cooking, by baking bread, by doing all these things that's really not that hard. The internet will tell you how to do it.
Yep.
And there's no cost to failure. I mean, if you're trying to bake a loaf of bread, you put like $1 in an hour, a couple hours in. First dozen loaves of bread I baked were awful.
I've never baked bread.
They smelled delicious in the oven, so I kept trying. Eventually they started coming out good, and people would say, oh my gosh, you baked this? And it's like, yeah, sure. I mean, it was dirt cheap, and I'm not even that careful, and most of the time it comes out pretty decent.
That's weird. I've never baked before, but I do stir fry. I stir fry foods. I do stews on occasion. But yeah, it wasn't until these past couple months that I learned how to roast things. Like in an oven roast. And that's mostly because of you, honey.
I've learned more techniques, like different types of soup from my roommates. The idea of, I think roasting I learned from Jackie. It's never something that my mom did. Stir fries, I mostly learned from roommates.
Aaron and Jen probably gonna try and get us into crock pots and pressure cookers.
Yeah. Sarah and Molly taught me to make curries.
I think we're fairly self-sufficient for 25-somethings.
Yeah. We do eat more. We
We're trying
eat out more than maybe we ought to,
but less than the average.
yeah, I would say. We eat a decent amount of ramen.
Yeah. Bee house.
Do you see this? I can have bees! I'm gonna have bees right now! And speed grow. I love this game. This game is amazing. Wow, I am like raking in the cash. Okay.
19th of spring, year 1. Wob. Oh. Potatoes? Hey, beans. Oh, and whatever those are, they're full undone. What are they?
The kale?
Is that kale?
Oh, I have the hiccups again. Yay, kale! Why can't I pick them up? Oh,
Those are special kale.
special
Gotta sell those special beans. You have so much wood. You could probably build the chicken farm now if you wanted.
I need a lot of money.
Special beans, special... I wonder if the special kale actually sells for more. Because
I think so.
I looked at the stats. They give you the same. Same energy, same food.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
It's just that I guess they're worth more because they're like shiny. Or they're very lovely looking.
Bee house. I also need an iron bar.
Gonna have to go mining eventually, honey.
Need some daffodils and dandelions. And how do I make the super gross stuff? Here.
Super pro. Pine tar.
And clam.
What's pine tar?
Like pine sap? Not sure. Okay, so
I'm gonna Google that.
I need a rainy day is a good day for mining. And foraging.
Pine tar is a sticky material produced by the high temperature carbonization of pine wood in anoxic conditions, dry or destructive distillation. The wood is rapidly decomposed by applying heat and pressure in a closed container. The primary resulting products are charcoal and pine tar.
So I burn it, maybe?
Yep. Looks like you burn pine wood. Or maybe you pressure cook it. Yep. Apply heat and pressure in a closed container. Basically
There
a pressure
you go.
cooker. You pressure cook pine wood, you get pine tar. And
You
charcoal.
brought food for yours. Can you chat? Can you chat?
I guess he's got a point.
I agree. I like getting wet in the rain.
Has it ever rained hard enough that it felt like you were taking a shower?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think I've
I've
only...
gotten totally and completely, utterly drenched in the rain repeatedly.
Oh.
On purpose.
Can you mind those?
Let's find out.
No.
Alrighty.
Oh. Huh. Why is there stone, Nothing. Oh, hey! I'll keep an eye on your inventory, see if you're picking anything up besides stone.
Sounds good.
Just hack away to your heart's content. Nothing but rocks. Maybe you gotta go deeper. Bomb.
Bom, bom, bom.
Bomb.
Oh, that's promising.
Amethyst. Someone was actually looking for an amethyst. Looks like we don't see any baddies until we get a bit lower. Copper ore.
Cool.
You need iron ore for the beehive.
But I think copper can help me build the water sprinkler.
Yep. You need water and iron for the sprinkler. Oh, here we go. Oh, no. Oh, I see. You gotta cut off its legs. Oh, sneaky. Does it not die? Wait for it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Cherry bomb. Bug meat. So what was that thing?
Crab.
Cave crab? Sort of evolved to blend in with its surroundings. I think you can get gems and minerals from geodes. What exactly is a geode?
A geode is, it's really cool. It's a rock and you break it inside and there's crystals in it. Google it.
A geode is a round rock which contains a hollow cavity lined with crystals. Rocks which are completely filled with small compact crystal formations such as agate, jasper, or chalcedony are called nodules. The only difference between a geode and a nodule is that a geode is hollow and a nodule is solid. Huh. Oh wow, these are cool.
Right?
And they're hollow on the inside too. I wonder why.
I'm out of food.
It's cool that the game offers you to just leave the entire mine.
Mm. Food?
Berries.
Salmon berry?
Berry. Oh, speaking of low energy, wow.
That time? Let's
This
put it
is so relaxing.
in. I have this shovel.
Can you? It'd be great. You can just... You have no energy to do anything. Actually, yeah, I want to head back so that we can actually go to bed in real life. It's...
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even 1 a.m. yet, but just watching
Oh.
this is like, ah,
Yeah, I'm here to
we have to work.
run home, Melissa.
But if you guys tell your friends about us and they can just subscribe and watch the videos and I can get ad revenue, then we can have more time to do this.
It's cool.
Okay, guys, that'll be it for us for this recording session. I'll try to get these videos up as soon as I can. Thumbnails, etc., etc. And we'll let you... Yeah, see? They do sell for more.
Cool.
But, yeah, next time we have some free time to just unwind and play some Stardew Valley.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep. Alright. See you
Good night.
guys. Night.